yeah. So, so anyway, I, long story short, I think I was so hurt that I did wind up messaging his girlfriend that night after the restaurant. So of course I heard that. I don't say much. I just say, hey, I don't want to out someone I love. I don't want to make someone I love's life more difficult. But I will, like, you're not going to do this to me. So I said something like, I was your server or something. And of course, like clockwork, by 6 a.m. the next morning, here he is in my DMs talking about, nigga, why you texting my girlfriend? You ain't got no right to do that. I was like, I'm sorry, I missed you, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. I was so hurt, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. He lives I think he's from a neighboring state. He lived here for a long time, of course. How else would he be coming here all the time? But he's originally from a neighboring state. And he goes out of town a lot. So anyway, he's traveling for whatever reason because he does his school thing and his sport thing. And I don't see a lot of him. So I'm like, when am I going to see you? And then, I don't know, he just disappears. And one of the things he promised me is that we'd always have friendship. So it's like, I love you. I want to remain in your life, even if it's not sexual. But I think that was me robbing myself of love, because you can't reduce the feelings I have for you down to friendship. That was the bro mentality that we would get to. So anyway, okay, so I cast this spell. So I was so hurt. I ain't heard from this nigga again. It's been months. So, oh yeah, there's a sex tape involved and a picture of us. Because he asked me for money one time. He had some excuse. And I was like, well, I mean, we don't even have a picture, bruh. Like, okay, so there's a picture and there's a sex tape. So anyway, I don't ever delete shit. So I have receipts upon receipts. And it's not something for the people I love to worry about if they treat me fairly. It's like, I'm not an evil person. So anyway, I concoct this plan, which I call a spell because I'm an ADHD thinker that can OCD it sometimes. And it's beautiful. No. So I decided to consolidate our 2-year relationship at this point into maybe 5 text messages full of receipts. Took me, granted I was working, it took me, keep in mind this nigga had been through it. I mean, we've been at it for about 2 years at this point. There had been almost some knockdown, drag out fights. But I hadn't seen this, not 2 years. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Edit that out. I haven't seen this for a couple months. So anyway, for the second or third or fourth or fifth time, I hadn't seen this nigga. And he's a whole meal and the best meal I've had on the Bible Belt. That consistent, best and consistent meal I've had on the Bible Belt. He isn't the only nigga I'm seeing by any means, because if he's not there, I'm still going to get fed. Okay? So anyway, by this point, he had disappeared from me again. And so I'm like, okay. So I shoot off these texts. I cast this spell. Tell me why this nigga is supposed to be out of town and shows up at my door 15 minutes later just wanting to talk. And what I said was, nigga, you're going to give me what you promised me. Like, I'm holding you accountable for all the emotional investment I gave you on false pretenses. I'm here to get my shit back. I'm here to get my relationship. Where the fuck did my relationship go? And so basically I told that it was a whirlwind over the next 3-4 days, week. Oh my goodness. And I'm working at Sprint and T-Mobile. I just got this new job at Sprint and T-Mobile, and they have us working with broken hammers, but that's a whole fucking nother story. I'll get to, but in another video from now. But to stay on point with interpersonal relationships and my boyfriend of 2 years, for the next like 2, 3, 4 days, we have angry sex. Not angry sex, but not sex. That's not what happened. For the next 2, 3, 4 days, we are arguing, yelling, on the verge of fighting. He's threatening me. He's telling me all his brother and shit and family's going to get me. I was like, nigga, if something happens to me, my friends know who you are, because I capitalized on his biggest fear. I'm like, my friends have all the info. They know who you are. You won't get away with this. So sit down and talk to me. Where my relationship go? Better not touch me, nigga. And so that's how it went. So one of the things was, on the first day, I'm like, where's my sex, bruh? And he's like, I'm not gay no more. That's the thing. Masculine niggas and their gay ass feelings. So he's like, I'm not gay no more. And okay, look, I get experimentation and I get a phase, but 2 years is a firm fucking decision, okay? So I'm like, oh, you ain't gay no more, huh? And I'm like, okay, prove it. Come here. And he's like, what? And I'm basically like, get naked. Like, the only fun dick is a hard dick. So if you're not attracted to me anymore, I can't take anything. I'm not going to make you fuck me. No. Like, not fuck me, but fuck me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so he gets scared and he runs out the fucking house. And he says, this is blackmail. So there's two things here. We're talking about what's perceived as blackmail, but it's actually accountability. So he says, this is blackmail. I was like, nigga, no, it's not. I know I'm walking that line, but no, it's not. And so he runs out of the house. So, but he's back the next day because we don't fucking stop talking through text and shit. He's like, man, I just needed some time and stuff. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. Well, let me know when you're here to talk about our relationship. And my thing is, if you steal from me on a false contract, if you steal from me in general, you better give me my shit back or I'm going to go get it from where you put it. And which is why I contacted his girlfriend a couple times. It's like, if you steal from me, if someone stole from y'all, wouldn't y'all fucking go get it back? Or y'all make the person pay, whether it's tangible or abstract. So anyway, the problem is 2D or 3D people don't think the abstract exists. So that's why you're not a multi-dimensional thinker, bitch. Okay. Oh, so anyway, we wound up having sex because he wants to give me a moment back where he has had 2 years. So, but I don't know. Okay, so I make this nigga my boyfriend. I'm like, look, you're going to give me my relationship or I'm going to take it from where you put it, which means I'm going to tell your girlfriend everything because you treat me like shit. And there's no way you're leaving me at a emotional deficit where I have to keep starting over again. No, no, no. So I make this nigga my boyfriend. Tell me why within the next week he's texting me because he's out of town. I made this nigga drive like 8 hours to come talk to me because I think he left town or something. Something happened. Anyway,